All right, so went from red to green with NVDA today, April 22nd. Let's jump into the trades. So, straight from the game plan, my first trade was more of paying attention to what price action was telling me. So, I'm not gonna lie, off the open, I was liking it for a hold of 780. But the fact that this candle actually opened, so first of all, this candle closed below 780. Second candle opened and closed below 780, so not looking too ideal. And this candle opened above, below as well. Yes, we pushed actually a decent opening range break, but wanted to be a little bit more patient. Glad I was patient. This candle around this area, I was really liking it for a hold the pre-market high, as I wrote here, that I like it above psychological level 780 and pre-market high. This was looking pretty good, but the fact that this candle didn't it never held above and actually show a ton of weakness, I felt like this was just a trap for buyers chasing NVIDIA for a potential pop. So once we came above, or I'm not gonna lie, once this pop, I did attempt to chase. So I actually tried entering on this candle because it just looked good for some follow through, but didn't get filled. So cancel that order, and glad I wasn't able to get filled, because again, this was just a chasing trade, and yes, it could have worked out, but that's not my style. But after that, I was patient and actually waited for some type of confirmation, waited for some type of pattern, and this was the pattern I saw. We actually pushed above 780, and seller stepped in and actually closed the candle below 780, and not only that, below VWAP. Same scenario on the second candle. So once this candle opened and we got above 780, I decided to enter. Well, we got to 780 and we were rejecting, decided to enter, and actually got stopped out on this trade. But honestly, I really liked it. It looked like a nice bear flag to the downside. It was holding really nice below this key level. Honestly, I'm really happy. Took the L. After that, was just being patient and wanted to let price action tell me the story. This candle, towards the end, when we were about to close, buyers stepped up. So I saw that happening, and then this candle on the open, buyers start stepping up. So I decided to enter. Again, this one's more of following my intuition play here. I've seen NVIDIA's price action for years now, and when I see that type of price action, it kind of gives a vibe that wants to continue. So that's an enter here, and yeah, I really thought I was gonna get stopped out, but we never held below 780. Yes, we actually opened up below, but we never got to my stop loss. We got like barely like 2 cents, but like it was really I really thought I was gonna stop out on this trade, but we actually ended up bouncing. And on the way higher, break a higher day, decided to lock in one contract, and then pretty much here I saw above resistance at 792, decided to lock in the second contract. Pretty simple. Very happy with my performance. Yes, a couple things. So here with this trade, now looking back, I could have been a little more patient. Actually waited for a break and hold below this previous 1 minute low for additional confirmation. But either way, happy with how my performance, happy that I was just paying attention to its price action. And then with this one, I mean, now looking back, yes, maybe it wasn't the ideal move to actually try to enter right below pre-market low, especially the fact that we actually rejected really nice from it. So now looking back, not the best, but honestly pretty happy. Again, with this trade, even though it was a red trade, I really like this trade. I like this one even more, even though it was a red trade. This one, not as much, but either way, I feel like my performance was pretty good. And I do want to mention also that on this last contract, I could have been a little more patient, but because I think I was red for the day, I kind of was a bit, I wanted to lock in profits. But honestly, if I had followed my rules of actually waiting for a 1 minute low, I would have exit in this candle, and I left the bill money on the table. So I was room for improvement, but overall pretty happy with my performance. But let's jump into the live recording. So if you look at, so as I said, around this area is where I started getting intrigued. What I liked was that yes, we broke above 780, but we were never holding above. We were never holding above. So it was looking pretty damn good to work out. So here I was just trying to be patient. Let price action tell me the story. I like the fact that pretty much the overall market is trying to break lower as well. So looking pretty good. So here's where I got really intrigued. So we got about 780, but as you can see there, we were never holding above. So once we pull back a little bit, I enter right there. Again, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But I could have been a little more patient. Actually waited for a break of this woman candle. And unfortunately, I got stopped out pretty quick. So right there, boom, got stopped out. Yeah, I was in this trade for what, 18 seconds. Again, because the setup looks amazing to work out, doesn't necessarily mean it has to work out. And then my second trade was here. So this is actually what I meant. So you're gonna see towards the end of this candle, buyers stepped up. So look at this, we're actually holding below 782, but right before the candle closes, buyers stepped up, boom, close green. And look at that. Again, it's a very small detail, but this is the type of price action I seen when NVDA wants to actually push. So yeah, we actually ended up reversing from there. And as I said, I really thought I was gonna get stopped out, but we never held below 780. And from there, I was just being patient. And here I actually scale out one contract. So right here, we broke high a day. Ideally, when we break high a day, I like to see follow through, but because we saw a bit of resistance, just decided to lock in one contract and let the other one as a runner. And then ended up exiting the last contract. Once this candle, I saw a bit of resistance at 792.
Order filled.
But again, I feel like I rushed that. I definitely feel like I rushed it. I could have been a little more patient, actually waited for it to actually make a new moment low. But yeah, that's pretty much the trades for April 22nd.